Yes, please start.
Hi, good evening. I welcome our viewers to this IAI3 Edutalk Session. And I also welcome our guest for this evening, Aakaash Ramchandani. He is going to talk to us about demystifying the health code. Welcome to our show, Aakaash. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine. And I thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Yes, thank you so much. And so IAI3 Edutalk, these are sessions over coffee, wherein we have tried our best to invite experts from different career options. They are business people, professionals, entrepreneurs, and some people who have started careers in the digital era. And so to speak, so far we have had people who have been even beauticians, engineers, and of course people from authors, editors, different backgrounds, people who are able to guide in real estate. And very recently we went into the medical field as well. And we had a lady who came to speak to us about oncology, spreading awareness for cancer. We have also had a physiotherapist and a chiropractic medicine practitioner. And we realized that there are lots of new specializations coming up in medicine as well. And there has been a lot of work going on to combine traditional techniques of medicine as well as new techniques such as strength training, traditional fitness forms that we had in India, yoga, Ayurveda, homeopathy. So this is going to be our talk this evening. Now, IAI3, it stands for the International Association of Industries Institute Interface. We are an education portal, and this fantastic, brilliant idea of calling experts from different fields was almost like an out of the box, a startup without any tangible gains, the only gains being learning and teaching. And so this was the brilliant idea which got formed by our president, Dr. Neeta Parate. So folks, I'm Anjali Sangvi. I'm a soft skills trainer and I am your host for this evening. I welcome you, our viewers. Now, it is with a great sense of wonderment, exhilaration when I introduce to you young and dynamic Aakaash Ramchandani. He has been trained in yoga, 25 years of experience. And he was also all the time gaining knowledge about different streams of fitness and health. And what he did, he realized that just one stream of fitness doesn't benefit the human being. Every person, individual, has a different chemical buildup, different set of muscles, skeletal system. So for them to get the maximum or optimum operation of their bodies, they need to have a holistic approach, mental, spiritual, physical, so that they live their lives, excuse me, to the optimum. So what happens is 25 years of experience. Aakaash is, of course, a certified personal trainer, a transformation specialist. He has degrees in sports and fitness, so he put this idea together. Conventional medicine, amalgamated and fused with traditions of India, like Ayurveda, yoga, and homeopathy, and several others. He has got training in Kaivalya Dham. He had been training with the Bcare Institute in Pune, and also with Param Yoga. So now we are going to speak to him about this new idea. It's called SutraLETICSS. It is a health and fitness enterprise. Aakaash is the founder, and we once again welcome you to our show, Aakaash. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Once again, I thank you for giving us this opportunity. On behalf of myself and the entire team of SutraLETICSS.
Yes, thank you, Aakaash. And so our viewers will be very happy to know, Aakaash, that SutraLETICSS, you have combined so many streams of medicine. Of course, our Indian traditional medicine now has gone across the boundaries of India. People are teaching abroad. And at the same time, we have also imbibed a lot of health techniques from the West, but you have put them all together just for the benefit of the participants who come to you, spreading awareness to lead a healthy life. So could you tell us the objective of SutraLETICSS and also the birth? How did this take place?
The most obvious question that everybody wants to know. What is SutraLETICSS? How did we come about? And why are we there?
Right.
So in brief, before I talk about SutraLETICSS, let me just spend some time talking about a topic for today, which is demystifying the health code.
Yes.
And it's actually connected with what we stand for and what we are and who we are.
Right.
Being in this fitness space for so many years,
Yes.
I have identified the shortcomings, the limitations that we have in conventional medicine. And due to that, there is a lot of ambiguity around. You know, people are not really sure what to do, how to do, who to go to. So over the years, I have identified all these problems, and I wanted to always create a platform where we could help people on a larger platform, you know, in providing services that nobody does, because conventional medicine is, of course, important. We can't survive without that.
Yes.
But there is so much more that we can do to help people. It's all about symptomatic versus preventive healthcare. So while conventional medicine talks about symptomatic healthcare, we believe in preventive healthcare, which is always prevention is better than cure.
Oh, yes.
We believe in going to the root cause of the problem, not just treating it and managing it on the surface. You know, if you have, just to give an example, if you have a headache or if you have any skin problem,
Yes.
instead of just finding a quick fix or just popping a pill to get rid of that problem,
Right.
let's talk about why did you get that problem? When do you get it? Maybe something else is triggering that problem. So,
yes.
So more so going deep and going to the actual cause of the problem. So this concept was always there in my mind. It's always there in my head over the years, but it was sitting there for a very, very long time. Right. Until I met with my longtime friend, Manish Mehta, who also happens to be the founder of SutraLETICSS. Okay. We both sat together and we both shared the same passion for health and fitness, and more importantly, to help people, to help the community at large.
Yes.
And while we were talking about doing something for the people, this concept suddenly just sprung up. Yeah. And even though the concept was there, it was always there in the back of my mind. It was only Manish who actually gave birth to the concept. He literally gave the whole, you know, the whole platform wings. So hence the birth of SutraLETICSS. So Manish is actually like he's of course the founder, but he's also the Rock of Gibraltar.
Right.
He is the pillar of support for SutraLETICSS, and we both work on this together. Going one step ahead, let me also just give you a very fascinating small brief on how we came across the name of SutraLETICSS. Whenever we tell anybody, whenever anybody hears that name, they get very intrigued. You know, what is SutraLETICSS? And because it tells you about so many things, so many different elements.
Yes.
So Sutra comes from the East. Again, Sutra was given by Manish. Manish thought of it while it took us hours and days literally to find a perfect, appropriate name.
Appropriate, exactly.
We eliminated many names because that one word had to imbibe everything that we stand for. It had to imbibe our philosophy, what we believe in.
Yes.
So we were looking for something that explained everything. So Manish came up with Sutra. Sutra stands for, in Sanskrit, it also means knowledge, the ancient wisdom of the East, which is a part of our culture, our ancient Vedic culture. And letics comes from the word athlete, which comes from the West. Yes. So it's an integration of East meets West. Now, you may have heard of a very famous line or a quote by Rudyard Kipling.
Yes.
He said, "Oh, East is East and West is West, and never the twain shall meet."
Yes,
okay, so we beg to differ, and we want to prove that wrong, and hence we have SutraLETICSS. Also, one of the things that so there are a lot of elements in SutraLETICSS, a lot of reasons why we made this, but some of the main ones were that there were people, even conventional medicine, other fitness specialists, everything in the fitness space that was going on, there were certain topics, certain elements that were not really getting addressed. Yes. Very important ones though.
Sure.
Okay, so things like connecting with nature, Why is that important? Things like gut health. Okay, your gut is now the second brain. Now, there is a reason why is the second brain.
Yes.
You know, all your mood swings, your mood, everything is connected. The brain and the gut are very, very closely connected. They work in tandem. Ayurveda, you know, everyone talks about yoga, but nobody talks about Ayurveda. Very conveniently, Ayurveda is kind of left out and we only focus on yoga. But most people don't realize that yoga and Ayurveda work together. They are sister sciences.
Right. Right.
They have to work together, hand in hand. If a yoga teacher, a yoga teacher may spend years and hours of training in yoga, but if he doesn't understand or if he's not aware of the basic concepts of Ayurveda, he is not a complete yoga teacher, and he never shall be.
Yes.
In my you know, that's the way that's the way I see it, because they both go together hand in hand. So things like that, strength training. I mean, the very word strength training, you know, has certain preconceived notions by most people. They have that expression on their face. Oh my God, like strength training, really?
Yes.
So you know, it's so many blocks, mental blocks that people have. So it's all about addressing all these elements on SutraLETICSS. That is so important for everyone, not only athletes, not only people who have problems, but for everybody, right from children to adults, to senior citizens, to athletes. Yes. It's more about talking about how we can help people.
Yeah.
You know, it's people come to us with a lot of medical problems, and contrary to you know, as we know that there's certain lifestyle rules that we need to follow, but due to work, due to you know, children and other daily routine, some of them, or maybe most of them, are unable to stick to that schedule.
Yes.
You know, sleep early, get up early, all those things. So those are the things that can't change. So we always say, okay, let's look at what we can change. Let's look at what we can work at. This is something that you can't do, fine, let's not go there, but let's look at something that we can do. Let's help you in that space.
Yes.
So in brief, that's what SutraLETICSS is all about.
Right. So one doesn't have to be sick, you know, maybe there is no problem, but you still can be very healthy and gain so much knowledge from coming to SutraLETICSS.
Absolutely. Right. We encourage everyone. Correct nutrition is for everyone. It's for life. Exercise is for everyone. Yes. Unfortunately, the body is designed for movement.
Sure.
Right? Now, the sooner you accept that fact, the better it is. Because if you think you're going to be sitting in one place watching Netflix all day, and maybe do a little bit of breathing exercise or pranayama and hoping to get by, not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Unfortunately, the body is designed for a lot of activity. It needs activity to survive. And yeah, so that's how it is.
One has to, you know, expose the people who come to all these benefits.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely. So protocol stays the same for everyone.
Yes.
Everybody must exercise. Everybody must eat right. Everybody must follow the lifestyle rules.
Yes, exactly. That's right. And then Aakaash, you said that your main interest, it lies in functional medicine, applied kinesiology, and then biomechanics, and then you mix them and to get the most out of it, you make a fusion and an amalgamation with yoga and Ayurveda. So how do you do that? How does it happen? And what do you actually do?
A very interesting question, because until now, most people will focus on one of the things.
Right.
So you will see people who are either focusing on yoga, Ayurveda, naturopathy, you know, the traditions of the East.
Yes.
Then you have people who focus on conventional medicine, you know, on strength training, on functional training, on CrossFit. Yes. All that comes from the West.
Yes.
Now, each one of them have their advantages. So on SutraLETICSS, on a platform, we believe in getting the best of both.
Right.
So we have systems in place. How it all starts. In short, let me just very quickly explain to you how this works. So whenever we get an inquiry, or whenever somebody wants to consult with us, there is an assessment and a consultation.
Okay.
Two parts to it. Two parts to it. So in the assessment, I go through the medical reports, the blood reports. I go through the medical history. this is a pretty long consultation because I need to go into deep and really understand where the person is coming from. That is also followed up by a consultation where we debunk a lot of myths. Most people, like I had explained earlier, have a lot of preconceived notions when it comes to health and fitness. A lot of preconceived notions when it comes to yoga, when it comes to Ayurveda, when it comes to strength training. Believe it or not, a lot of people have preconceived notions when it comes to eating right. Okay, most of us don't even know that what a body needs on a daily basis. This whole concept about we know it all, is written on everyone's forehead, and that's the really sad part, because everyone thinks they're an expert. So then my question to you is, if you think you're an expert, then why do you have diabetes? Why do you have high cholesterol, right? Why do you have that protruding belly in front of you? Why do you have knee problem? Why does your back hurt? Right? If you're an expert, if you know everything, then why are you living with all these problems?
Why? Exactly. If you know what's good for you.
Absolutely. So that's the assessment and the consultation where we actually clear their mind, make them open their minds. Yeah. Be more receptive to everything that we tell them.
Oh yes, it's needed. And there's so much of information overload.
Absolutely. So people are really confused. And even if you want to do something, if let's say today you wake up and you say, okay, I want to start something today. I want to start exercising. I want to start my diet. I want to clean up my act.
Yes.
Who do you go to? What do you do? The most obvious thing that most people do is go to social media, check some YouTube videos of some fantastic guy who looks really good, or some very popular fitness trainer who may be absolutely empty over here. Okay. Remember something. Genetics is extremely important. So you may be looking really good because of very good genetics.
Yeah, exactly.
But having the knowledge is a total different ball game. Having the knowledge to help people to get better, to improve their health and fitness is an absolutely different ball game.
Of course.
So that's what's happening right now. After we are done with the consultation, and then I connect them with the nutrition team.
Okay.
So every member who comes to us, there are certain elements that are mandatory. Nutrition is one of them. Everybody has to go through a nutrition plan. Okay, because without nutrition, nothing else is going to work. You want to do exercise, you want to run a marathon, anything that you do has to be supported and backed up by nutrition, correct nutrition.
Sure, of course.
And believe it or not, nutrition is actually more stronger and more powerful than medicine.
Yes.
So if nutrition is right, you don't need medicine, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly.
So we definitely guide the people. We have a lot of flexible nutrition plans, and every nutrition plan is customized. It's not a copy paste thing that is, you download off the internet, where you have a 31-day challenge, lose 5 kilos fat in 1 month or 2 months, and everybody gets the same plan. You sign up, and all that we don't believe in all that. That doesn't work long term. We believe in long term results. And going back to the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda, where everything has to be customized based on so many elements of your body. How your body responds to different things, be it exercise, be it nutrition, be it food, is so different from person to person.
Of course.
So after the nutrition is customized, okay, we get exercise into place. We start yoga, we start strength training, which is also customized. Everything is customized based on your body type, based on your fitness goals, based on what problems you have, whether you have a back problem, you have a knee problem, are you able to do certain movements? You can't. So we have great coaches, great trainers. And once all that is done, and then we add the final layer of Ayurveda on all of this. Okay, works beautiful. So Ayurveda is an ancient science. It's the science of life. If you literally translate Ayur and Ved, it essentially translates to the science of life.
Yes, that's amazing.
And so it's essentially further customizes your plan even more.
That's it.
Ayurveda is all about customization,
Very specific
to the smallest of detail.
Individual needs, specific.
Absolutely.
That's really nice. See, there's such an upsurge and a very positive trend that Ayurveda and yoga. I did a little bit of research on Ayurveda, and they said that there are colleges in India and they even offer scholarships to students all over the world. There's one in Jamnagar and there are several in Kerala where they come and learn Ayurveda. And then they even recite Sanskrit shlokas. So I thought that was so beautiful because
it's very beautiful, and unfortunately, if you compare both yoga and Ayurveda,
yes,
yoga has definitely gained more popularity than Ayurveda. For some reason, it's always been yoga in the forefront,
yes,
and Ayurveda has been very conveniently just pushed to
onto
the side.
back burner, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's right.
So one of the things that I strongly feel that we want to strongly promote on SutraLETICSS is an integration of yoga and Ayurveda, of how both of them work so beautifully to help people.
That's really wonderful. So typically when a participant comes to you, I think we cannot call them patients because if there's nothing wrong with them.
Let's call them members.
Members is a better word. Okay, so if a member comes to you and then you want to make a holistic plan for that person, nowadays there's so many techniques in addition to yoga, Ayurveda. There's Pilates, there's karate, there's Tai Chi, Taekwondo, and several others from all over the world. So do you have a team of experts and how do you make a plan? How do you go about it for an individual who comes in to you?
Okay, so like I explained before,
yes,
that it starts the same thing that I just explained with you. First we have the assessment. Okay, we get a call, our team connects with you. The first step is assessment, which is done by me.
Yes.
Then is nutrition, and then based on whatever problems you have, it could be diabetes, it could be cholesterol, it could be arthritis, it could be autoimmune disorders, it could be metabolic disorders. You may have a nagging back problem which has been with you for years and years and it's not going away. Knee problem, it could be any medical problem. We have experts to cover everything and everyone across the entire diaspora of population. So based on your problem, I will direct you to a specific expert.
Yes.
But after nutrition is mandatory for everyone, because nothing is going to work without nutrition.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so it's high time people understand the relevance of nutrition. Okay, extremely underrated.
Yes.
But extremely powerful.
Yes, sure. I've seen patients, they just kind of negotiate with the doctor that, please, doctor, can you make an adjustment in my diet plan? Which is actually so strange because that might harm the patient a little more. But you have to please share with us, Aakaash, what was the experience like when you were trained with such legends of fitness? Dr. Renu Mehtani, Kaizad Kapadia, Malcolm Marolia, to name a few. What was it like learning from them?
So I draw inspiration from all of them. I always believe that I'm a student for life, and I keep learning different things from everyone every day. I learn from my students, I learn from my mentors, I learn from my teachers. Every time I get an opportunity, I will learn. I am an open book. I like to absorb. So some of my mentors, they have inspired me. I have learned from them. But let me just tell you in brief a little bit about them. I was practicing yoga. I've been practicing yoga for a very, very long time. I have been exposed to different teachers, different styles of yoga for a very long time. But not until I met Malcolm did I actually realize what yoga, the essence of yoga, the philosophy of yoga actually is about. You could be practicing yoga all your life and still not get there, still not be doing it the right way.
How it functions,
how it functions, the essence of it, the mindfulness that you require to practice yoga comes from a very good teacher. Of course, it's a lot of your effort and your work, and it's a lot of, you need to evolve to get there, but it also, you need support of a very good teacher. So Malcolm was that person who absolutely changed my entire perception of yoga. The way I practiced yoga, of course, I was a student. I remember my first day in his class, I had all these advanced students doing all these fantastic postures in front of me. And I was like a small, am I ever even going to be able to do this in this life at all, if at all? Not realizing where the journey would take me. I used to observe every word that would come out of his mouth, observe him in every class, the way he teaches, the way he would talk to students, everything. So hence, my teaching, my knowledge of yoga is all about observing him. So Malcolm, big shout out to you. So thank you for being a great teacher, and students delight.
Sometimes the teacher appears in the form of a god.
Absolutely, as somebody to guide you.
Yes, absolutely.
And coming exactly when you need him.
That's right. That's right, of course.
So after getting and practicing all the knowledge and from Malcolm and practicing on my own and becoming a teacher, I used to teach in a small way, and I had all this knowledge and thing in my head, and I had this drive in me that I need to help people, and I need to get this knowledge to people because it wasn't happening.
Exactly.
Yoga is an ancient art. It's an ancient art. It's a part of our culture. It's been going on for a very long time. But and a lot of teachers practice it in a very different way, which may or may not be right. Okay, so I had all this thing, and I had Malcolm's teaching and everything in me, and I just needed a platform to connect with people. Okay, that's when I met Dr. Renu. Okay, Dr. Renu is an amazing lady. She's a dynamic lady. She's a person who wears many hats, and it's unbelievable how she manages so many different things with such ease. I mean, just at a snap of a finger, she can change her role. She has a medical background. She is a very senior medical doctor. And leaving all that behind, she decided to get into yoga and Pilates. Absolutely something very different. She went to the States to get certified, came back with a lot of qualifications. Believe it or not, she was actually the first one to get Pilates to Pune. Years back then, she was the one who introduced Pilates to Pune. She is the first one to bring vitamin D therapy to India. She was the only trained doctor for vitamin D therapy when she came to India, and now, of course, she has trained many other doctors under her. So fantastic personality, extremely dynamic, and she has a drive to help people. That's something that all of us share. She is now also the founder. She actually started Param Yoga was what she started when she came back, and it was a studio for yoga, for Pilates, everything under one roof. And now she also recently started Param Health Center for Autoimmune Diseases. So now she specializes in autoimmune diseases, and she gives you hope where conventional medicine I wouldn't say fails. It wouldn't say fails, but it has its limitations in what it can do and how it can help you, especially for autoimmune disorders. Dr. Renu gives you hope.
She's a pioneer, pioneer of a kind.
Absolutely. And she is also on a team of SutraLETICSS, also a part of SutraLETICSS, and she has helped many members.
That must be wonderful, really wonderful.
Okay, Kezad Kapadia sir, again a great personality, and sadly he left us some time back, and we still miss him. And when he left us, it left a huge vacuum in the fitness space. And there is one line that comes to my mind if I were to describe him. There is a line and I use it often on SutraLETICSS, on a SutraLETICSS platform also. It says, "Unleash your true potential." Okay, simple. Unleash. In fact, if you look at SutraLETICSS and if you ask me one line that describes what we do, this is it. Unleash your true potential. All of us have a potential. Okay, we are born with certain potential. But do you ever realize how many of us ever get there?
Yes.
In this journey of life, two things. How many of us even realize our true potential? And even if we do realize, do we actually get there?
That's right.
Okay, so think about it. Now, this applies to everyone, to all of us in all walks of life. And let me give you an example of an athlete. Perfect example.
Yes.
Okay, if an athlete performs at a specific sport and he excels in that sport.
Yeah.
Okay, but what if I tell you there are certain factors, certain elements that may make him reach his true potential? He may believe that where he is now is his true potential, but there are certain elements that can even take him further. So that is your actual true potential. Okay, so Kezat Kapadia totally believes in this. Everything that he believes in, everything that he stands for, totally goes by this line. Works towards this line. Also, if there was one word to describe him, it was humility. Extremely humble person. I have had the opportunity, you could call it maybe my good luck, that I actually knew him, associated with him. When Manish and I, we thought of SutraLETICSS, Kezat sir was one of our biggest benefactors. He was one of our biggest supporters.
Yes.
In fact, so we have a small brief that we had written about SutraLETICSS. It's basically a concept and a brief that explains us. That brief are personally edited by Kezat sir.
Okay, wow.
Three of us, we were actually, when we were writing it down, he helped us edit the whole thing.
Edit it and
so he was a big personality, but the way he helped everyone out, the way he would pay attention to every student query, to ensure that every student gets what he wants, or what he has paid for in the school. Fantastic personality.
Fantastic.
And the last, but a master of the subject, a thorough master. Very few people, not only in India, even globally, would be able to match his knowledge, be it exercise science or nutrition science. A thorough master of the subject.
Impressive, and one stands in awe of a person like that.
Absolutely. And every time I would meet him, I would learn so much from him. Actually, all the mentors.
All the mentors, and then
I still continue learning from them.
Of course, and unleash your inner potential is a great mantra for everyone.
And it applies to all of us.
Unless we push our boundaries, how do we know what do we have inside us, isn't it? And so now, in kind of wrapping up the session, this wonderful, beautiful talk that we had, Aakaash, would you like to give some very basic tips to our viewers to keep a healthy, happy, and a glowing life? Please.
Definitely wouldn't be right to end the session without actually sharing some useful tips that people could use on a daily basis.
Yes.
And that's what SutraLETICSS is all about. It's all about talking what other people don't talk. We want to get there where other people don't go. So I have a couple of tips that I would like to share. More about what most people don't do, because a lot of things that are going on, people are anyway doing a lot of things. So this is everything that most people don't do and actually need to do. Okay, so let me just get into that.
Yes.
So one is connect with nature. Going deeper into that is get daily sunlight. You want to get at least 20 to 30 minutes of daily sunlight in the sun between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, that's when you want that sunlight. Yeah. So in Ayurveda, we say there are three kinds of people. You have Vata dosh, Pitta dosh, and Kapha dosh. These are the three dosha types. We don't have time to get into that in detail, but it's basically a type of what you're made up of. Everyone has a different constituent. So if you're a Pitta dosh, you don't want to be taking sun after 12 o'clock. You want to be taking between 10 and 12. Otherwise, between 10 and 2 p.m. So just because strong sunlight will increase the pit. If for people who understand Ayurveda, will probably understand that. So sunlight for all. And the next one I would say, start strength training. ASAP. Strength training works for everybody. Now, strength training is extremely confused word. Please remember, lifting light 1 kilo or 0.5 kilo dumbbells and doing 10, 20, 100 repetitions is not strength training. It's not strength training. Lifting, doing yoga with weights, light weights, is not strength training. Holding weights and going for a walk is not strength training. Using ankle weights on your ankles and then running or going for a walk is not strength training. Okay. Exercising in the park, doing a couple of push-ups and pull-ups once a week is not strength training. Okay, so people, it's a misnomer. Most people don't understand. So when I say everybody must strength train, I'm talking about building strength. Remember, the only goal, the only focus of strength training is not building muscle. Contrary to popular belief, it's not about building large muscles. Okay, that's hypertrophy. That's a total different ball game. We are not talking about that. Hypertrophy is a side effect. It's an after effect of strength. But let's focus on strength. Let's focus on building strength. And this needs to be done by children, by housewives, by senior citizens. You know, we want to get, so SutraLETICSS is not about, it's not about giving healthy people to get more healthier. Of course, definitely that's there. But it's all about getting people who don't exercise. It's all about people who have medical problems. It's all about getting those housewives who are stuck in the kitchen all day. Get them out from there. Senior citizens who only walk every day and thinking that that's the elixir to rejuvenation and health.
A healthy, happy life, yes.
Yeah, we want to get those people out. Get you guys, get everybody out and get them to exercise. Get them to strength train. You know, strength training is so useful even if you're unable to walk. If you have a knee problem or if you have a back problem, you can't even walk.
Yes.
You can still strength train. Okay, remember the body is made for movement. We need to move. Every day we need to move. We need to build strength. As we grow older, our bones, our muscles are degenerating by the day.
By the minute, yes.
You don't realize. You don't realize. Post 40, the process has already started. So how do you? Yes, exercise helps. Yoga will definitely help. Running will definitely help. Everything helps a bit. But why do you want to be 5 out of 10? Go 10 out of 10. You want to build strength? Do strength training. You want to build mobility and flexibility? Do yoga.
Yoga, right.
Why would you want to settle for anything less? You know, you want to build cardiovascular endurance? Run.
Okay.
The best exercise. So I always believe that you want to do 10 out of 10 for every activity you choose. Don't settle for anything less.
Yes.
Okay, so that was strength training. Another very important thing before it becomes too long is start supplementing with hormone D3. I refuse to call it vitamin D3 as most people call it.
Yes.
Okay, because honestly, the functions that D3 does is a hormone. It's as good as a hormone. If you know, it's much more than a vitamin. Okay. You have other vitamins, but you have hormone D3 because D3 is extremely essential for all of us. It does so many functions in the body, so many functions. Also in preventing, not in preventing, but actually fighting COVID. You know, giving that boost to your immunity to fight COVID. If you see most people who probably succumb to COVID or who get COVID or who get COVID really badly have very low vitamin D3 levels, extremely deficient in D3. So please, everybody, please ensure you have, I wouldn't say normal levels, optimal levels is what you want. Okay, remember, unleash your true potential. We don't want to be normal. We want to be extraordinary. We want to take our fitness to the level next. We want to get healthier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. And you know, Aakaash, it's been so wonderful speaking with you because there's so many, as you said, misnomers, myths, and there are ladies who refuse to do any strength training, thinking they'll become muscular and too strong. But it's not about you know, carrying weights or anything. It's about making your muscles work to their optimum. It's been very nice, and also that when members come to you, you're a kind-hearted person, and you have it in your genes. Your mother is an exponent of yoga. She is a spiritual teacher also. So you've been so blessed to get good mentors, a good parent. And there's so many beautiful ways you have made the most of it. I'm so happy that you came on to our show. And I do hope in future we'll be able to call you again to come and speak to us a little bit more about health and fitness, amalgamation, and unleash your potential. Thank you so much. Anything else?
Before we go, I would just like to just share some information about us. If anybody wants to contact us, or anybody needs more details, social media handle is Ruthletics. You will find us on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel also, and plus there is lots happening, lots coming up. So please follow us, like, and I always say, don't keep the knowledge with you. Anything that you get from us, share the knowledge. You know, it's only when you share the knowledge can you help people.
Yes.
So it's great if we help you, but please share. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for coming. And as we said, let this be a great journey with our viewers, our show, and yourself, and everybody is associated with us and with our viewership. Thanks a lot, Aakaash.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.